Hi there, in this video we're going to look at some advanced usage of artboards. Not super advanced, more kind of like workflow techniques. So jump into the video, let's show you all that the artboards can be. All right, first trick for artboards in Adobe Illustrator is I'm going to grab my black arrow and select this fox here. And say I've designed this and I don't want all this white space around the outside. I want my artboard to be right around the outside. I can grab my artboard tool and I can get it pretty close, right? It snaps to the corner of this one and oops, not too, his ears are poking out, so I can snap to this one. So there's a bit of drama that way. A real easy thing to do is grab your black arrow, have it selected, okay, and then go up to your, or down to your artboard tool. And where it says, whatever preset is here, click on this one, second one down, or third one down. It says fit to selected artwork. And it just toggles it all up. Nice, super easy. Now I can export it and it's not going to be too big. All right, let's undo that. Next trick. Let's have a look at the artboards panel because I've actually got a few color options for this one. Often I'm using artboards a lot of when I'm doing kind of UI, user interface design in Illustrator, kind of for web or for applications, but I'm just in color versions here. Let's go to Window, go to Artboards, and you've got a full panel, okay? Okay, easy enough. I've named these already to be nice and clear, but we can do some nice stuff in here. We can click on any of these options at the end and that brings us up the artboard options. Okay, and we can resize it and do some extra things in here. What's also really handy is, let's say this option here, rearrange artboards, because the spacing's not perfect here. I want to clean it up. Like sometimes when I'm doing website design, if you've done my UI for Illustrator course, we make loads of pages on, in one Illustrator document. Click on this, and it just gives you a way of tidying things up. You can have 2 columns and with this spacing, and watch this, I can click on OK, and it just kind of rearranges it to make it look nice. You can rearrange it. You can say, actually, I want it to be 50 pixels across and I want it to go just left to right. Okay, and it just makes everything super tidy. The other nice thing about the new version of Illustrator, at least 2018 and above, you can have up to 1,000 artboards. I'm never going to have 1,000 artboards, but I said that once in a video and loads of people messaged me saying how useful it is for them. They don't explain what they're doing with 1,000 artboards, but there you go. Another thing you can do is select multiple artboards either by grabbing them all here, or you can grab the artboard tool and you can click on this one, hold shift and just grab the specific artboards you want to change. And then up the top here, okay, you can go and change things like I want it to be A4 now, or so just know you can do multiple artboard stuff by selecting the ones you want. You can also do strange things like treat them like boxes. Let's say I like this guy, these 2 over here, but these 2 I'd like to go kind of over here together because they're separate ideas maybe. What I can do is click on the artboard tool again. Okay, I'm shift clicking both of them. It's easier to click the name than anywhere else. Okay, and you can just use the align tool. So properties, I can go, I want to align you left. Okay, just kind of weird, kind of good. I want to align you to the right. You can do align and distribution. Yeah, you can treat them like little normal boxes. Last thing we're going to do is exporting these guys. So to export these artboards, okay, we're going to go to Window, and they don't call it artboards, they call it File. I say Window, File, Export. They call it Screens, okay? Because I guess that's, I don't know, that's what they really want this to be, right? They want it for UI design, designing different kind of screen sizes. Okay, so I'm ticking them all, or you can just decide which ones you want to do. Where are they going to go? I'll stick them on my desktop. Can't even find my desktop. Can't find it. So we'll stick it in my documents folder randomly. Let's click choose. And down the bottom here, this is the formats. This is the interesting stuff. You can click things like if you're getting, do the UI course that I've got for Illustrator if you want to get into like explaining what Android does and all this stuff. That's not really what this one's about. What we can do though is your typical formats. So down here you've got JPEG, PNGs. I probably want PNG because I want the transparency around the fox. I'm going to click on him, but let's say add scale, think add different version. So I don't want a different scale of that. I want maybe an SVG and maybe another version that is JPEG, PNG. So I can send it to my client and they have like no excuse not to open it up. Okay, and yeah, I click export artboard and kick back, relax. And hopefully on my documents, I got to find what the thing's called. It's called artboards. Where are you? Organized by date. They're all just lumped in there, not in a folder. Okay, but there's all my guys. So I've got, you can see the cool thing about it is there's a green PNG, there's a green PDF, and there's a green SVG, scalable vector graphic, like the new versions of EPSs. You should use those. Anyway, that's how to do that. Goodbye, you guys. You shouldn't be in there. Okay, one last thing before I go, I am going to show you that with the artboard tool selected, the shortcut is Shift-O on your keyboard. And if I start dragging and hold down the Option key on a Mac or Alt key on a PC, it's going to make a duplicate. Okay, it's a good way of just making duplicates of artboards along with the artwork. If you hold down Shift while you're doing it as well, so you got to start dragging first, then hold down Alt Shift or Option Shift on a Mac. Okay, and it kind of drags it out in a straight line so everything kind of stays nice and kind of aligned. All right, my friends, that is it for kind of workflow using artboards. I hope you've got some tricks in there. Yeah, let's jump into the next video.